What's going on, guys? My name is BasedOnImpulse and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about all the news about the Destiny content vault that came out in today's This Week at Bungie posts. We're going to be mostly focusing on the DCV information, but towards the end of the video we'll touch on a couple of other important things brought up in the TWAB relating to current game issues that will be hotfixed soon. So let's not waste any more time and go ahead and jump straight into this. Starting off, let's first talk about what Cosmo refers to in the TWAB as the vaulting rule of thumb. This essentially means that any PvE content on a destination that is going into the DCV will be vaulted as well, PvE content specifically. For this round of the DCV coming with Beyond Light on November 10th, Io, Titan, Mars, Mercury, and the Leviathan will all be entering the DCV, as well as all of their associated PvE activities. But for now, let's talk about what will be staying and leaving for just about every aspect of the game. On screen now you can see everything you need to know about the strike playlist. All strikes on destinations being vaulted will be going away, and we'll be getting at least one new Europa strike as well as 3 remastered Cosmodrome strikes from Destiny 1 over the course of Year 4. When Beyond Light drops, the redacted Europa strike and Will of Crota, aka Omnigul strike, will be available. The other returning strikes, Fallen Saber and Devil's Lair, will become available later during the course of Year 4. My best guess is that we will probably see those two strikes around the same time that Vault of Glass makes its return. Overall, I'm not going to miss any of these strikes going away that much, save maybe the Pyramidion and Tree of Probabilities, since those bosses are pretty great for token farming. We are going to have to keep dealing with the Corrupted, Hollowed Lair, and Broodhold for another year though, so it's a little unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Thank God that the best strike in the game, Warden of Nothing, is staying around though. I don't want that strike to ever go away. Moving on to everyone's favorite game mode, Gambit, here are the maps that are staying and going. The 2 worst maps are going away, so I'd say that that's definitely a win. Remember also that Gambit and Gambit Prime will be merging into a single game mode once Year 4 starts up. Here's what we got out of the TWAB about that. The new version of Gambit will be similar to Gambit Prime as a single round face-off with tweaked blockers, heavier moat drain, and some changes to the Primeval fight. We will give more details on these updates before the revamp mode goes live next season. We also got some more information about how the Gambit Prime armor sets will be changing with this new version of Gambit. Bungie says, as we perform maintenance on the activity, Gambit Prime armor perks will be deprecated. We are exploring ways to rebalance and reintroduce some of these perks as armor mods in the future. Changing those armor perks to mods will definitely make Gambit a bit more interesting and enjoyable, since you'll be able to utilize the perks without sacrificing your stat build on your typical armor. Awesome change that I'm definitely all for, even if it might not get me to insert the game mode into my normal play sessions. Now we've got the Crucible maps. Some terrible maps like Vostok, Firebase Echo, and the Citadel will be going away, thank God. And awesome maps on vaulted destinations like Javelin 4 and the Burnout will be sticking around. Not a whole lot to talk about here overall, so if you want to take a closer look at this full list of maps, go ahead and pause the video, but we're going to go ahead and move into talking about PvE modes now. Cosmo states in the TWAB that they will be taking the opportunity to shave down the Crucible experience by vaulting a handful of game modes. This is actually great because, as he says in the TWAB, this is going to increase the matchmaking pools for the remaining modes and make finding matches with better connection easier. We're going to get more details on that later, but for now, these are the modes that we know right now that are staying and going. Personally, I'm really going to miss Momentum Control. It's really the only mode leaving that I personally enjoyed. It's a really fun mode, just fun to mess around in, made Solstice really easy, and it was also a great place to work on Crucible related quests, especially pinnacle weapons like Mountaintop or Revoker. All the other modes I honestly never really even interacted with except for doubles, and that was only during the Crimson Doubles event in February. I'm not sure if that's what they're referring to here because it doesn't specify that it's Crimson Doubles, it just says regular doubles, but I'm just kind of connecting the dots. Hopefully Crimson Doubles will stick around in February though, because that mode's always a lot of fun. Something also to quickly point out is that Trials of Osiris is not going to be affected by these changes other than the map changes, so you'll still be headed to the Lighthouse on Mercury when you finish that flawless ticket. Now let's talk about my wheelhouse, raids, and dungeons. We will be losing the Prophecy dungeon, but that will be making a return later in the year, and we will be losing all 5 Moments of Triumph raids. Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Spire of Stars, Scourge of the Past, and the Crown of Sorrow will all be going away along with their associated loot. So make sure to grab any of that raid gear that you might be missing before it's gone. I am going to make another video detailing some of the best items you should be pursuing from those raids. That should be out sometime next week, so keep an eye out for that. Speaking of loot, let's talk Exotic Quest. This is the list of exotic weapons that will have their acquisition method altered with the start of Year 4. Note that the weapons themselves are not being retired, vaulted, or sunset, merely the quest associated with them. They say in the TWAB that there will be a new memorial kiosk in the tower, which will be your new method to acquire any of these exotics once Beyond Light drops if you have not obtained them beforehand. We don't have any more information than that yet, so we don't know how much effort will be required in order to get these exotic weapons from the new kiosk. I would hold off on going to grind these out until we get more information, because these weapons might be very easy to obtain from the kiosk versus going and doing their quests right now. Catalysts are also being shifted into the vault, as you can see in this image from the TWAB. All of these catalysts come from activities or destinations that are being vaulted with the start of year 4. So if you're missing out on any of these catalysts, make sure to grab them before they go. You don't need to complete them before Beyond Light, just make sure you grab them. The most important catalysts here that you should get before they're gone are Huckleberry, Izanagi, Acreus, Outbreak, and Whisper. Speaking of Outbreak and Whisper, these 2 missions will be going away with the release of Beyond Light. Make sure to grab them before then, because they are both phenomenal exotics and their catalysts make them even better. Bungie does say that these weapons will be returning in some fashion later down the line, so make sure to grab them before year 4, because we don't have a set date for their return and they will not be available in the kiosk. At the end of the video here, I also want to quickly run through the titles that will become unobtainable with the start of the new Destiny year. Shadow, Blacksmith, Reckoner, Wayfarer, and Chronicler will all be unobtainable due to their associated activities, destinations, and loot being vaulted. Shadow will be losing everything associated with it since Leviathan is going away. Blacksmith will be losing everything as well since Forges and Scourge of the Past are both being vaulted. Reckoner, I am assuming, will be unobtainable due to the Reckoning activity being vaulted, as well as the changes to the Gambit Prime armor sets. Most of Wayfarer, other than the Tangled Shore and Dreaming City loot, will also be vaulted, and the Chronicler title will be missing bits and pieces of lore books that are scattered across vaulted planets. Also, just to touch on some patches and known issues, today Bungie did add Bright Dust to all Solstice bounties, including dailies and repeatables with a hotfix, so if you're looking to pick up some Solstice cosmetics or stock up for November, start doing those Solstice bounties. Bungie also noted that the Solstice armor glows actually are not as bright as intended. Apparently, this actually was an issue and not just people complaining like I believed it to be with my Solstice video, so I do apologize about that. And guys, that was this week's TWAB. Let me know your thoughts on all of this in the comments section down below. If you have any questions, just go ahead and drop them down there and I'll do my best to answer them. If you enjoyed the video and found it informative, a positive rating would greatly help me out. And if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you know whenever new videos go live. Remember to also follow me on Twitch and Twitter, as well as joining my Discord server. All those links can be found in the description box down below. We've got new emotes for subscribers on Twitch, and those emotes are available to everyone in the Discord, not just Twitch subscribers. So if you want some Six of All themed emotes to spam everywhere, make sure to join the Discord or subscribe to the Twitch channel. We've even got an Indeed emote for all the Destiny meme lords out there. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video.